Hey, it's Amelia. Today I'm filming part of my inventory for the end of the year. I actually like to do, what I'm starting to do now is have inventory numbers for Christmas Eve and then January 1st, New Year's, because I get a lot of gifts that are makeup related for Christmas. So this is me getting a head start on the pre-Christmas inventory because today is I believe the 18th. So I am getting some gifts this weekend when I do a gift exchange with my friend. So I will add in whatever those numbers are in the next part of the video, but this part is just going over essentially what I've accomplished from project panning this year, because I really dislike that my numbers are always skewed based on what I get as gifts, and it doesn't really show how much I finished in a year. So I have a new editing software program that allows me to put pictures on screen. I will include a picture of my charts with the numbers in the corner, but I'm also going to tell you what my numbers were and currently are. So the first thing we're going to do is actually go through eyeshadow, which is the largest part of my collection. Currently, this is all my eyeshadow. This is backup makeup. I didn't bring my organizers home with me for the winter break, so this is what I'm working with. And then behind my camera is my everyday makeup bag, which has some more eyeshadow. So I'm going to clear out the space, and then we're going to get into the eyeshadow. I wanted to really quickly point out, I never count lash glue or my lashes because I never wear lashes. So this is the same lash glue that I bought when I first started wearing makeup a lot. This pair of lashes is specifically for my graduation, and when I use them, I'll buy a new pair for the next special event, which will be, I have no idea when, maybe when I get married if I ever do. And then this pair is for whenever I decide to wear them. We'll see if that ever happens. So those don't get counted because the numbers never change, and I don't have a shopping problem in that area. You'll be happy to hear that I've already done the math on all of this. So assuming that my math is correct, I already know my total numbers. So I just wanted to go through and talk about things that I've finished up, things that I've purchased. At the beginning of the year, January 1st, I had 76 eyeshadows. I definitely have more than that, but I'm a little bit excited about the progress I've made since my mid-year update. So starting off, I have two Stila glitters that are still in the packaging. There we go. This one in Diamond Dust, I actually put it in a project pan because I wanted to see progress, and now you can see through it. I don't know if you can see, like, all up this top part is empty, and when you look in, you can see all that empty space. So I'm happy with that, but at the same time I'm nervous it's going to dry out. So this is going to be top priority this year, 2019. This is unopened, and I have no business buying any more glitters until I can actually open that one. Singles. I have 3 Urban Decay singles that were in a project. That should be over. My Pan That palette should be posted first. So I'll just show you. These are like a lot different than the beginning of the year. Well, this one, like, I don't know. I cleared out all of this, but they're still clearly full of eyeshadow. So that was a fail, but I made a lot of progress. And then I have a Kat Von D single shadow. I got this for my birthday before the controversy started. So there's that. My Viseart palette, this one visually only has 5, but it comes with 6. This one is in a separate palette. I'm sorry if my hand is blocking the light. That's better. So this is my Viseart palette, and it currently is holding 5 of the shadows. I'm sorry, it's not in focus. And I talk about all of my eyeshadows in Throwing Shade, which I'm starting over for the new year. So you get to hear me complain about all my eyeshadows all over again coming up. This Tarte palette I actually finished. I don't remember which ones I finished this year, but I definitely finished Mermaid and Seashell this year, so this is now a trio in my collection. And this is a pain in the ass to depot, which is why I haven't done it yet with the last three. And like I said in my last inventory or collection, I don't recommend this palette. However, I really like the shade Starfish and Wave in terms of color, not quality. So I am going to use those up, and maybe I'll finish Abyss. This is my Urban Decay custom palette, and it currently has 5 shadows depotted into it, which are Midnight Cowboy, Midnight Rodeo, Lost, Easy Baked, and Bust. I really like this with a warm taupe, literally ABH warm taupe in the crease, because it's a cool tone, but it has the, well, that was a shitty swatch. It has like a warmth to it that doesn't necessarily look great with a straight up gray in the crease. So that's something that I learned through throwing shade that I like about that shadow. This is my custom palette, which my long-term eyeshadow goal is to have this as the bulk of my eyeshadow collection and to have very few other palettes. So currently it holds my Anastasia singles, which look like this. And I have Pan currently in these 3 shades, which are Nude, Warm Taupe, and Stone. Stone is one of my favorite eyeshadows ever, so is Metal. And then up top I put some depotted shadows that I also really like. This is Kat Von D Twinkle. I actually got that after the controversy, but I traded a friend for it because I really wanted a cool lilac shade. This is ABH Mercury, Urban Decay Mushroom, and Urban Decay Barlust. I really like those shades, so they get to live in my special palette. This palette, I wanted to give the shop owner a shout out again. This is from the Etsy shop Another Soul. All of their palettes seem to have really good ratings, and so I went with that shop on Etsy when I was looking for a palette. This is the, I think it's called White Queen. I think that the name is the same still. And also what I noticed is when you get the larger one of this border design is actually in, you can actually see it, whereas on mine I got the smaller one that holds 20 eyeshadows on the top and 20 on the bottom. You can sort of see the rim of it. So I would actually suggest, if you have a lot of eyeshadows, getting the bigger one so you can get the whole design. But it's like a fancy paper. So it, first of all, it has like a texture to it, which I think is beautiful. I really like when something's monochromatic, but you can see a design because they change the texture. I think that's really cool. This is what the back looks like. Also, it's like a nice paper, so you can just wipe it down with water and it's clean. Clearly I haven't done that in a while because there's like crap on it, but I really love this palette. My original thought was I would magnetize a mirror here, but I haven't done that yet, but I still might. I have too many eyeshadows where I actually need that space right now for depotting and things like that. But I'm really excited about that palette, and my long-term goal is to just have single shadows, which I can get into in another video. This is my Natasha Denona palette. I don't really have anything new to say other than I really love this eyeshadow. This is Light Coral, which is 87M. I don't know what the M means. It's probably a specific formula. These two and these two are all that formula where it has an M after the name. I can't really judge the mattes because I only have one of them, but I would buy this eyeshadow as a single, and I kind of wish I just bought the single. I know some people say that it's a waste of money to do Natasha Denona singles, but I just feel like this palette was warmer than I was expecting, but it was a gift, so I didn't want to give it up. I just feel like I would have been better off if I picked a single I liked and bought that instead. It would have been expensive, but it would only be like $27, $28 compared to $40 or $50 for eyeshadows that I don't love. They do have a silver shadow that I really want to get. So once I finish that palette, I might buy that one light coral shade and then a silver. This is my Becca Ombre Nudes. Oopsie. And this year I managed to pan shade number 1, which was a brow bone highlight. I hit pan, I don't know when, on number 2, and I hit pan on number 5. I did experience crumbling where like it just falls out. So I'm actually trying to pan like around here. So hopefully it won't crumble anymore, but that is something I experienced. And I talk more about things I've learned about this palette in Throwing Shade. So this currently has 4 eyeshadows left. I don't think I've been saying the numbers. The Natasha Nona had 5, and my custom palette had 18 Anastasia and 4 whatever shades extra. My Jouer Skinny Dip palette has 6 eyeshadows, and before I buy a Natasha Nona Silver, I want to pan Starlight, which is beautiful. I love this palette, and I want to get a ton of use out of it this year, so my only problem is with the shade Bikini, which I should be filming my Throwing Shade finale for this year today, so I will talk about all my issues with that in another video. Urban Decay Naked Palette, this has 4 in this palette right now, and there's 1 that I've depotted for the moment, but as you will have seen in my finale, I have finished however many of these eyeshadows, and this was a full palette when I started at the beginning of the year. However, I think I had pan in something, I had pan in Naked, I might have had pan in something else. I'm excited about that. Naked 2 has 8 eyeshadows left. These 2 are like half gone, so I mean technically it's like 9 eyeshadow, or no, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's kind of like I finished 5 eyeshadows, but I didn't really, I don't count my shadows that way. I always do the individual pans. So I'm actually happy to have this still in my collection because I love cool tones. This is my Gross Custom Palette. This is where I put shadows that I want to pan, or shadows I'm currently using. I don't care if it gets dirty or nasty. And I currently have 15 shadows in here, one of them being a depotted Steel of Glitter in Smoldering Satin, because I sort of let it dry out and then it was a problem and whatever. This is an Anastasia Shadow in Noir. This is Anastasia Chiffon. Sorry if you can't see that. And I'm working on that one. This was a blue eyeshadow, and I mixed it with some things, so now it's a weird shadow. And then these smaller pans are Urban Decay Gwen Stefani, and these were the leftover pans of extra chiffon I had, which I talked about in my collection last summer, in the summer, July. So those are gone now. So yeah, those are all my eyeshadows. I currently have 83 eyeshadows. At the beginning of the year, I had 76, so that's not great. I actually increased. However, at the July 12th update, I had 91. I'm assuming the increase was from my birthday, where I got a ton of eyeshadows gifted. So, and also I bought the Skin Dip palette in the spring. So from the mid-year update, which was 91 eyeshadows, now that I have 83, I dropped 8 eyeshadows. On October 25th, I did a mini update just for me to see where I was at, and I was at 87 eyeshadows. So from that point, I had already used up 4, and I finished 4 more. I don't foresee myself finishing any other eyeshadows. The closest one that I'm panning, I can't open this. I've been working on Dark Horse. There's no way I'm finishing that in less than half a month. I was working on this, which isn't in a project, and then this is my current brow bone highlight shade. Those are the closest I am to done, and they definitely won't be done by the end of the year. So I'm not getting any eyeshadows as gifts, so my final for the year inventory eyeshadow number is 87, or no, 83, sorry. 83, which I'm excited about. Really quickly rounding out the eye makeup area for eyeliner, I have my liquid liner and my, what I call my purse eyeliner, which is also good for tight lining. It's the NYX Retractable, and then this is the NYX Epic Ink. I actually have a new eyeliner technique that I've been using that takes me less than 10 minutes to do my liner, and I used to take 20. So I'm really happy with my current eyeliner routine, which doesn't typically require this retractable one. However, this is good for tight lining if that's the look I'm going for. At the beginning of the year, I had 3 liners. Then I went to 2. Then in October, I had 3 again. I think that's because I bought a backup of the Epic Ink. Now I'm back to 2. I'm happy with that number. For my eye primer, I've had 2 this entire time. I don't remember when I got this, but I think I had 2 of the Urban Decay at some point. So what happened was I used up 1 and then bought this. This is the NYX Glitter Primer, which I describe as a push-up bra for eyeshadows. It's really good, and I use that anytime my eyeshadows suck ass, which is basically all my Urban Decay shadows now. Except for the ones that are, like, nice, but whatever. I'll get into that in another video. This is my current mascara, Catrice Glam & Doll False Lashes Mascara. Excitingly, CoverGirl went cruelty-free this year, so this was my cruelty-free dupe to the Clump Crusher, but now that Clump Crusher is cruelty-free, you can buy that. I prefer the purple packaging, and I like that this never gets stuck. Like, even when it's dirty, the, this area never, like, gets stuck when I'm trying to open it, no matter how messy it gets, whereas the Clump Crusher, I used to have issues with it getting stuck, and I couldn't do my mascara in the morning because I couldn't get it open, so I'm not switching back. At least I don't think I am. However, CoverGirl has a lot of waterproof mascaras, and that's something that I really need, so it's sort of like that's the more accessible brand for me, so I may go back to them in times where I'm like out of mascara and can't get that. In terms of brows, I have my one brow product. Also excitingly, the YouTuber, I don't know what her new name is. I think it's just Sammy. She used to be Sammy 43. I think it was like something 60. She made a review of this Dip Brow Pomade from Anastasia in 2014, and that was one of the first videos I watched when I was thinking about buying this for the first time, and she did a really good job of explaining how to use it, and I just am really glad that she's back making videos, and her videos are up, so I will link that one below if you are interested in that product and want to know how to use it. This is my 3rd pot of this since the spring of 2014, so it's been over 4 years since I've been using this, and this is my 3rd one. So I've only been able to finish 2 in that time period, which I think is amazing, especially for the price. So I would highly recommend that, and I will link her video so you can watch that. So my brows were at 1 at the beginning of the year. I had 2 at the midway point because I bought this one as a backup. Then I finished my old one, so I went back to 1, and I'm still at 1. So those numbers are the same. So going into my face makeup, at the beginning of the year I had 4 foundations, and I had consistently 4 foundations throughout the year, and now I'm down to 2, which are the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation and the NYX Total Control Drops. Sorry, my arm is in the way. Physicians Formula has a really horrible shade range, so if I had to pick one to recommend, it would be the NYX Drops. I finished the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Foundation, which I did not enjoy on my skin type, and I had a backup of the Wet n Wild Coverall Foundation, which I finished also, so I'm down 2 for that category. For concealer, I started off the year with 1, then I ended up with 3, then I had 2, and now I still have 2. So, mid-year, I bought, I believe, 2 backups of my concealer, so these were the backups. The one I was working on at the time is finished, so now I'm on my first backup, and this backup is still in the box, clearly, so that's where I'm at with concealer. Setting powder, I currently have 3. I started off the year with 2, and I had 2 at the mid-year update. So this container is what I use to depot my powder in. This container is, these are from the same thing, so all of what's in here is from this. I may finish this by the end of the year, so this is one of the products that may skew my numbers at the end, but I'm counting this as 1. I also bought a tiny NYX finishing powder for travel. It was just too adorable not to get. My plan is when this is empty, I can press RCMA powder into it and use that for travel, so it's like a reusable packaging. And I have another one that is holding up my phone to film, so let me see if I can show you. So this is my full size that's not opened yet. I just dropped my phone trying to do that, but hopefully everything's good now. So I currently have 3 setting powders, one of which should be on its way out, and I would be happy with the travel size and the full size as my only 2. Blush is, I don't remember what my other blush was. I think, so I have 4 blushes right now. I said I had 5 at the beginning of the year, and I don't remember what the 5th one was. It might have been the Tarte one that I decluttered, and you know what it was, that one. So, oopsie. At the beginning of the year, I wanted to pan my Tarte blush, and I think it was the Physicians Formula one, which is clearly still here. I changed my mind at some point in the year, decluttered the Tarte, and I started working on my Hourglass Mood Exposure, which has a huge pan in it now, which I'm excited about. So now I'm down to my Mood Exposure in the Physicians Formula, and I also have my 2 Hourglass full-size blushes. This is in Brilliant Nude. It's the strobe lighting blush, and then I have the regular ambient lighting blush in Incandescent Electra, which is like a coral. So that's really pretty. I'm happy with, I really like Incandescent Electra in my, this packaging is ugly and stupid, but I really love this blush. And I would love to finish the Brilliant Nude in this one, only because I'm not really into warmer shades on my skin tone anymore. And the Mood Exposure, even though it's basically a purple, on my skin tone it pulls warm. So I like them for a bronzy look, but I'm not usually going for the bronzy glow look. So I would like to get down to 2, and then, but that's going to take a long time. 4 blushes for me is going to take me like possibly 4 years, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm happy that I decluttered some. For contouring, I actually use Hourglass Dim Light. So this is what I use to contour. If you are darker than me, this will probably be a highlighter on you, like a satiny finish highlighter or something like that. I have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, but I decided to depot it. So this is what mine looks like currently, and I repressed it. So that is something I would like to finish and either repurchase or buy from a different brand. I just really don't like the packaging of that one. So my bronzer and contour section has consistently stayed at 2. For highlighter, I have this one, which is Luminous Light. I asked for 2 highlighters for Christmas, so this number may be going up. But currently, I started the year with 2, and I consistently had 1 for the rest of the year. I have no clue what my second highlighter was at the beginning of the year. It might have been something I decluttered or finished. I don't know. Lip products is another problem area for me. So going with the easy stuff first. I started the year with 1 lip liner, and I've consistently had the 1 lip liner. This is Bite in 006, if you can see that. And I've sort of used up some of it. It's really ugly right now, if you can see. That's what it looks like. It's basically sugarcane in a lip liner. So, lip balm, I have 2. This one, though, this is also Pacifica, is getting ready to kick the bucket. So, I'm thinking by the end of December, this will be gone, and I'll just have this one. This was discontinued, I thought, the coconut cherry scented one, which is the clear. However, I went into my Ulta and they had it there, so I was like, okay, I'll buy one. But online it doesn't, at least last time I checked, it doesn't show up. Ulta likes to do this thing where they just like take things down from their website and then put them back up without telling anyone. So this is what this one looks like. I much prefer this packaging over this one. This is like rip-off baby lips and it looks cheap. This to me looks more sleek and not more expensive, but like just less childish, I guess. So I'm really happy that I got this one. I have 0 lip gloss. I don't like lip gloss. I don't want lip gloss. I'm very happy with that number. And then we get into my problem area, which is lipstick. Recently I had back to MAC. I took lipstick empties back to MAC, and I got 2 of the MAC blankety lipsticks. One of them I actually recently finished. And the empty container is downstairs in a bag to give to a friend so she can do back to MAC. This is the new one that I haven't opened yet. I love when it doesn't focus. Oh, that was difficult. As you can see, it's untouched, and I'm not going to touch it until I get some stuff used up. I'm happy to have that still. I wish MAC would go cruelty-free. This is Depotted Charlotte Tilbury Kim KW. I have the lipstick bullet somewhere in my room. Don't know where. This is what it looks like now. I'm currently panning it, so I almost forgot to count that one. This is actually what it was before. So what I did is I got down to the plastic and I just scraped it out. There is stuff I could scrape out still if I wanted to, but to be honest, I just don't want to. I wasn't in love with that lipstick, so it's fine. Liquid lipsticks is kind of a problem right now for me because I'm worried about them drying out. So I have, let's see, 7 liquid lipsticks at the moment. 3 from Anastasia, 2 from NYX, 1 from Wet n Wild, and 1 from Kat Von D. I love the colors of the NYX ones, but I don't like the formula. I like the color and the formula of that. I like the colors in the formula of Anastasia, but they don't have a nude. They don't have any nudes like this in the Anastasia line, so these are all dark on me. Although I really like Grim, which is like a really dark taupe. So let me set those down. So my current plan with liquid lipsticks is to pan them all in 2019. I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but we'll see. And then this Kat Von D one, I got this for my either birthday or Christmas, again, before the controversy. So, this was in the birthday gift. I decluttered the other one from Sephora. This is rolled up all the way. What I need to do is, honestly, just use it, and I can probably scrape out the last of this and finish it. This is Glacé. Don't love the color, and I'm annoyed that the color doesn't match the lid here, or whatever that's called, the end of it. This is my Bare Minerals lipstick in Slay. It's really almost empty, and this is another one where it's like I could be done with it. I just need to take my little spatula and scrape the rest out and actually use it. So I want to finish this very soon. I doubt it will be done by the new year, so that'll be in a project. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Bite lipsticks in the full size and a liquefied. And one of my Retzinas is, again, just something I need to scrape out and finish. Kimchi is starting to fight with me. Me and Kimchi aren't getting along. However, I would love to finish that, and I love the color. It's the only colorful lipstick I will wear because I love hot pink. Thistle I've actually been using to mix with Charlotte Tilbury Kim KW, so I've been getting some good use out of that, and I like the color on its own as well. Kava I wasn't expecting to love as much as I do, so I will be getting a backup of this eventually. This is like the cool tone version of Retsina for me, which is my favorite. And then this is a full size of Retsina. And the reason I have progress on this, even though the other one isn't done, is because sometimes I'm just lazy and I want to grab a nude lipstick and throw it on. So I need to stop using this one and start using the other one. So it looks like I have 17 lipsticks. I don't think that's true. I feel like I'm just missing some. But that's what the numbers say. So I started with 17. I ended up with 19 at the beginning of the year. Now I have 17. And I'm going to count my total. So at the beginning of the year, I had 119 makeup products. It went up to 135 mid-year. In October, it was down to 132, and now it's down to 123. I feel like some of my lipsticks are missing because I feel like I have more, but maybe I don't. Maybe I actually am down to 123, which would mean that I finished 9 products between October and now. And it would mean I had finished 12 products since mid-year. So that's really good. I think I finished some eyeshadows as highlighter, which helped. Before Christmas, I finished my Pacifica Bali Coconut Lip Balm. I completely scraped this out. So that is going in the recycling. I have 2 more highlighters now, whereas before I had one from Hourglass, which was Luminous Light. This is Becca Vanilla Quartz, which is very pretty. And then I have Becca Prismatic Amethyst, which looks a lot more purpley pink in real life than it does right now on camera. These are very fragile, so they're going to go over here. I have 2 foundations currently, and I just got this Anastasia one, which is the stick. I don't know why I needed to open that for you. This is the stick foundation from Anastasia. So I now have 3 foundations. I got another lipstick. This is Star Anise from Bite Beauty. I would show you the lipstick, but the lighting isn't as great at the moment, and I just did a haul with all of these. And then I got 2 more face powders. This is Hourglass Diffused Light and Hourglass Mood Light. I'm going to put this with my face powder count and this with my face highlighter count, specifically because I can use this to set my face, Diffused Light, but I probably wouldn't highlight very much with it. And Mood Light I use when I use Becca Amethyst on my cheekbones. I'll use Mood Light on my forehead, nose, chin, whatever. So this is like paired with that one. So my highlight count is actually 4 now, where it used to be 1. And my face powder count was 3, and now it is at 4, I believe. I'm getting close to finishing one of my face powders, but not quite. That's my inventory. Thank you for watching. Sorry it was so long, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.